Shalom and welcome. Today we are going to go over the verses of how we should learn. What do we need to know? How do we stop from being defeated? How do we stop the enemy? Well, first of all, just like in most cases, we have to know the enemy. 1 John 4:4, you dear children, are from Elohim and have overcome them, because the one who is with you is greater than the one that is in the world. 1 Timothy 4:1, the Spirit clearly says that the latter time some will abandon the faith and follow deceiving spirits and things taught by demons. Right? Our breath, our life, the Ruach is very important. We shouldn't just let the world tell us what we are to do, how to do it, how to live, and even so-called churchianity, because what happens is we find out they're teaching us wrong. They are teaching us the wrong things. And when we get the wrong things, that's what happens, right? We get taught wrong. We get taught in many different bad ways. And that's what happens. We have to believe in the Creator, Yahweh. 2 Corinthians 2:11, in order that Satan might not outwit us, for we are not unaware of his schemes. If we're not careful, we don't get it. The world doesn't get it because they're falling for it. But we, knowing the truth, that's why it's so important to know Yahweh, to know the truth, to know his word, because when we know his truth, when we know his word, we know what's going on, right? We know what the enemy's trying to get us to steal, kill, lie, chaos, hurt each other. 2 Corinthians 4:4, the God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers, so that they cannot see the light of the gospel that displays the glory of the Mashiach, who is the image of Elohim. James 2:19, you believe that there is one God. Good. Even the demons believe and shudder, right? Even the demons believe these things. Well, we just believe, and we just go to church, and we do this and we do that. Well, so does a lot of people, right? To not be defeated, to not be deceived, we have to get in the scripture. We have to go and listen. We have to follow the man of Yahweh. We have to follow the word. We have to follow the Mashiach. Job 4:15, a spirit glided past my face, and their hair on my body stood on end. Wow. What happens? We feel these things. We know something's happening, but yet we say, oh, well, it was a bad cup of tea. It was a bad this. It was a bad that. Matthew 8:31, the demons begged Yeshua, if you drive us out, send us into the herd of pigs. We have to know what's going on. We have to know what we are doing. In many cases, we don't know what we're doing. We don't get it. We just go through life, and whatever happens, happens. If we're just all beat up, if there's things upon us, we don't even know what's about us. Then it goes and takes with it 7 other spirits more wicked than itself, and they go and live there. And the final condition of that person is worse than the first. That is how it will be with this wicked generation. Matthew 12:45. We think that we have it figured out now. We think we have something to take care of 2020. And what's going to happen? Luke 8:30. Yeshua asked him, what is your name? Legion, he replied, because many demons had gone into him. Many demons. For some people, they just have a few, but for some people, they have many. Why? Because what are they doing? What the scripture says. What the scripture say? If you go and do this, more will come upon you. When you go and do this and you sin and you continue in sin and you keep playing church. Exactly. Right? We have to be very careful. And the devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of burning sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet had been thrown. They will be tormented day and night forever and ever. What part of fire, hell, these things do we not understand? We have people writing books. We have people saying there is no hell, that hell is the grave and all these things. But it says clearly they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. So what's it going to be? Do we believe in what we want to believe in? Or do we believe in what the scripture says to believe in? That's the question, folks. We can do and say what we want, but if we're not careful, it's all vanity. 1 Corinthians 10, 20 and 21. No, but the sacrifices of pagans are offered to demons, not to God. And I do not want you to be participants with demons. You cannot drink the cup of Yahweh and the cup of demons too. You cannot have a part in both Yahweh's table and the table of demons. Our very thoughts can get us in trouble. Our wants can get us in trouble. Our needs, our everything like this can get us into trouble. What are you talking about? Well, I want this person to be next to me. I pray that this one is next to me. I want this one next to me. I want. So much so that you're bringing their demons to your table if you're not careful. Make sense? Say you ain't seen this child in 10 years and you really wish you could see this child. Oh, maybe even say a prayer that if you could just see this child, but what they're doing is participant with demons. They are playing with demons, and just by you wanting this, well, sometimes you'll get what you want. You cannot drink the cup of Yahweh and the cup of demons too. You cannot have part in both Yahweh's table and the table of demons. We can't go and do Halloween. We can't go and wish that we was with the December 25th table of people. He says we're supposed to hate those things, right? To hate this life, to lose this life. So many things that we are supposed to be doing. In many cases, because we have not been taught this, we don't get it. So there's many avenues for these demons to attack us, to cause problems, and because we think it's okay, then who's to tell us it isn't, right? And who is going to tell us that it ain't okay? Don't you tell me I can't. Psalms 106, 37, 38. They sacrificed their sons and their daughters to false gods. They shed innocent blood, the blood of their sons and daughters, whom they sacrificed to the idols of Canaan, and the land was desecrated by their blood. We have to be very careful of even participating in people of this nature, because we don't want their problems to become our problems. Well, this kid and that kid and this and that and the other, but what if, what is churchianity? How many people say, but what if we did it this way? What if we did it that way? Well, what if, and what we have to understand, if the Messiah, if Yahweh himself did not let the enemy continue in sin, Adam and Eve continued down the road of sin, then why would he let us? We have to spiritually, physically know the problems of sin. And many of us are not taught that. Isaiah 14:12-15. How have you fallen from heaven? I think we miss the concept many times of what Lucifer was and what his fall was. The same with Adam and Eve. Oh, well, they fell. Well, they say a prayer and everything's hunky-dory, yippee, yippee, yay. We don't understand the consequences of sin. Sin is a prayer away, right? Sin is a I'm sorry. Sin is a this. Oh, well, I'm just going to sin a little bit and then I'm going to ask for forgiveness later. How many have took that one to the grave? I'm just going out tonight and sin, and they never come back. How have you fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn? You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations. You said in your heart, now this is where the heart matters. Well, in my heart, well, I really want to be, well, I really love you. Well, if you love me, keep my commandments. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit enthroned on the mount of the assembly on the utmost heights of Mount Zaphon. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. But you are brought down to the realm of the dead, to the depths of the pit. How many movies have we let people say things almost just like this? How many people called themselves gods? How many wrestlers? How many things have we let go by us? Right? Austin 3:16, can you smell? Can all this horrible abomination that they're putting out, and it's a giggle, it's a laugh, it's a haughtiness, but when he done it, he fell. And if you notice, he didn't even say this. According to scripture, he thought in his heart. He didn't outspeak this. You said in your heart. He didn't even say these words that we know of. He said it in his heart. Imagine that. But I didn't think it, but I didn't speak it, but he said it in his heart. We have to be very careful, beloved, when we go and we say things in our heart. Some Jews went around driving out evil spirits, tried to invoke the name of Yeshua over those who were demon possessed. Right? They was going around and they was saying, I command you to come out. 7 sons of Sceva, a Jewish chief priest, were doing this. One day the evil spirit answered them and said, Yeshua I know, Paul I know, but who are you? Then the man who had the evil spirit jumped on them and overpowered them all, and he gave them such a beating that they ran out of the house naked and bleeding. We have to know what battles to fight, and the prayer and the fasting and what the scripture says to do to get there. If not, what are we doing? We're going to find ourselves exactly in this situation. So we have to pray. We have to read the scriptures. We have to know what so saith the Yahweh. So until next time, may Yahweh bless you. May his countenance shine upon you. And may he grant you shalom. Shalom, everybody, and thank you for listening and for watching. Until next time, Yahweh bless. Shalom.